Hi, I'm Nick from Primary Teaching Services. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about our desk displays and show you a few examples of how you could use them in the classroom and around the school. Here's one of our desk displays. This is the green one. You can see it folds up and flattens back out again, and you've got pockets on both sides for a sheet of A4 and also for a header card if you wanted to use one. Now when your display boards come in the post, they'll come flat packed like that, and you'll also get 3 sheets of header cards with them as well, with different subject headings and targets and so on. You'll also get a sheet of blank ones, just in case we've not covered any of your subjects on those. You can just write your own. Also, because it's A4 sized, you can just print your own and pop them in there as well if your handwriting's not so good, because mine isn't. So that's what you would get in the post. I'll show you a few examples now of how you could use them. This one's for an English class. So obviously on this side you've got a bit of phonics work. So because it's double-sided, on the other side you could have a different activity. Obviously you could have the same on both sides if you wanted and set it in the middle of the desk. But on this one obviously we've got a question marks card in here, obviously giving how the question marks are used and an example, which is really good for group work if you're doing something specific, like working on writing questions. This is really useful to have as a reminder in the middle of the desk to keep your pupils focused on what they're actually doing. So that's one example there. And this one, if you were doing a module on poetry, for example, again with the 2 different options on both sides. On this side obviously you've got the images, and your children can think of rhymes for all the different words. And then on the other side, a group activity discussing the poetry that you've read, for example, or poetry in general and various ideas. Really good for group work and starting a discussion. And obviously your pupils have got the questions right there in front of them so that they don't lose track. It's lovely as well if you've got children of different abilities, because you can have a simpler activity on one side and a more difficult one on the other to challenge your more able pupils. I mean, you could always switch the card halfway through, sort of just turn the board around so that each group does both activities, or you could use it as a peer assessment tool and have your pupils that have done this activity sort of feed it back to the other group of pupils and talk to them about how they did it, and vice versa. This one I've gone for a science experiment. Obviously if you're doing a demonstration to the class, you can put your key points and your methodology and everything in here so that all the pupils have it right in front of them. They've got the key points of the demonstration, and obviously the objectives of what you want them to learn from it, and the answers that they need to get, and obviously just key points about the experiment. The beauty of them obviously is that they're plastic, so they're wipe clean. If you do spill anything on them, it does just wipe straight off. And the last one, this one comes from a suggestion from one of our members of staff here, and we're thinking of different ways to use these. To use it in a cooking class, to obviously have the recipe and the instructions right there in front of your children so that they can use it right away. Another advantage of it being wiped clean, obviously anything that gets on it can be wiped straight off. So those are our desk displays and the various ways you can use them. They are available in 6 colours. We've got red, blue, green, yellow, purple and orange, so if you wanted to use them for your house colours you could do that too. And they are £7.50 each. If you want to see more about them, you can visit our website www.primaryteaching.co.uk. Thanks for watching.